Welcome again to What People Podcast. My name is Shania Saleh. I'm your host. And
My name is Thicc Wilimi. I'm your co-host.
we have a guest today.
Yes.
His name is Cousin. Round of applause, please.
You will not see him. He's a ghost.
I do not exist, actually,
He doesn't exist. If you know
So you hear his voice.
from time to time.
Yes.
Look
If
at
you
these
know him,
fine
you
ass
don't.
women.
Ooh, come on.
Ah, damn.
Oh, goddamn.
You can see them on camera. I can see them in real life.
Right. Oh.
Real life.
Thank you.
Paio, today's topic is so interesting.
Yes, very.
Very interesting. And it's a thing we have lived with for the whole of our lives.
Yeah.
And it's
Wow.
about how it's like to be a woman with a big butt.
Yeah.
To be a woman with nyash.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tekla, I would like for you to start. What is your experience? What are the things you've felt as you've gone through life as a woman with a big butt?
Okay. So me, I would love to introduce this whole, I don't know, thing, right? So I knew that I have a big butt when I was 9.
Oh,
Yes.
were you born with it, or is that when you became
My-
aware of it?
That's when I became aware of it. But an auntie of mine, say Mama Mdogo, says she has never seen a child like me. But even when I was an infant, like my hips were already, like there was hips there already, kind of thing. Like, cause like aunties are always the ones that will massage you. And when it's like, oh, and my hips tayari kind of thing. But
You were just an
obviously-
aspiring artist.
I know,
Yeah.
chikizi.
Yeah.
But but that's when that's my mom dogo story. But me, I noticed when I was 9, and that's when I think I was an early bloomer because I had like pimples on my face by when I was in class 4. I had boobs in class 4. I had a
You
whole
went
ass.
through puberty so early. Yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
So actually, for a moment there, I thought I would have humongous boobs, but I felt like there was a time it came, they just
catch up.
stopped. They just stopped growing. Yeah. So that's when I knew, oh, I have an ass, and the person who made that aware, like made me aware, was my mom, because she stopped, like making me wear clothes that were my age.
Yes, yeah.
So as a 9-year-old, I started wearing clothes for 12-year-olds, 14-year-olds, because now I can't wear shorts because they'll always look like it's suggestive.
Yeah.
The other aunties will give me eyes. They'll give my mom eyes like, your daughter is kinda, I feel like the shorts are not, So that's when I knew, okay, I'm different. So I wouldn't wear shorts, I'll wear trousers. Every time people wear leggings, I'll wear leggings and like a long ass
Shirt all the way
shirt
down. Yeah.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went through that phase too.
I think the first, now like pinning this together, I think my first point would be, I was stripped away of my innocence at a very young age. Yeah. So even moving past 9, 10, just felt like it became worse and worse. And it came from everyone actually, not just men, even women. And especially women. I don't know if it was coming from a place of insecurity or a place of protection.
Yeah.
Might be both, but I wasn't allowed to be a baby, just a girl. You have to be, evil. I can't stay kind of way. You always have to stay put because the men will see you. It will be suggestive. I stopped playing with my dad. Like, okay, I'm the only girl.
Yeah.
So I would like just jump on my dad anytime, and my mom was just like, no, save you.
Right. At this point,
I'm like, why?
you're too thick for that.
Still daddy's girl.
Will dad want to these things I didn't understand them, but I got stripped away of my innocence at a very, very young age.
Yeah.
And even people now started thinking, I don't know why the society linked thickness with promiscuity. So
Please speak
that also
on
started
it.
very,
Speak
very
on it.
when I was very, very young. Say maybe 15. Now that's when you're having like sexual interests. Guys are hitting on you.
Boys are interesting.
Yeah, boys are interesting. And I remember it was a hard conversation for me to tell a guy that, oh my God, I've never maybe had sex or I've never kissed a guy. this person would not believe it because
No way.
obviously of the body that I have, they're like, definitely someone has already tapped that
No
kind
way.
of thing. Like,
Yeah.
no way someone has just, no one has touched you kind of thing. And it was so hard. Like, I had to make them be like, no, for real. I had to swear, I swear.
After if you're outgoing as well, it does not make it. It makes it
doesn't
even
make
worse.
any
No
sense.
way. This
It doesn't
charming.
make any
You haven't asked like this, and you haven't been. I
Yeah.
feel the same way. I've had the same experience. It was so difficult to convince someone that you're a virgin if you had a big ass.
Yeah.
It's so difficult. And right
So
now,
difficult.
even if we've lost them or whatever, people think now you're a whore.
Yes.
And it,
Yeah.
and I'm
It
not
just
gonna-
progresses.
It becomes
Now that
worse.
Like,
now that the
becomes
both of you are
worse.
talking, I'm starting to realize a lot of the thicker women that I know actually are slow burners when it comes to like sexual experience. Like they started their sexual experiences earlier in life, and I think it's because you feel like most men objectify you.
Yeah.
So it
it's
makes
the
you
easiest.
scared to start your sexual journey at around the same time that
Yeah.
the
Other
rest of
girls.
us did. Yeah, other girls do.
Yeah.
You speak like, for me, growing up, okay, I also want to start from the beginning, but I just want to add where you're saying. Growing up, I've always known that men like women with big asses, right? Well,
course.
when anybody showed interest in me, I just know. I know what you're here for.
Yeah, you're
Like,
here because of my.
my
You don't
ass.
really like
yes,
me.
Yes,
Yeah.
So I doubt you before I trust you. Therefore, and it's true, most times, most dudes are not serious. Also, when you're 16, 15, 20, like, who's looking to marry or whatever?
No one.
Yeah, so obviously, I would not give them a chance, right? And true to like what I believed, a lot of them would disappear. Where you find that I was not kudanganyika easily. Like, I never got to have so many sexual experiences or whatever because I didn't trust anybody. Like, I don't trust your intention. I know you're here for my body.
Yeah.
And if you're constantly like for a body, people would think, oh, isn't that nice? Because everybody looks at you and says, wow, umependeza.
Yeah.
But then it makes you feel like, do people see my value beside my ass? Like, do you see who I am outside of my butt? And I feel like subconsciously, as a person, when I get to meet strangers or when I was like looking in the market or dating, whatever, I would find that the moment I meet someone, I would really compensate with my personality to distract
Oh my God.
from them from seeing my ass.
Overcompensating.
Because I know once I see my ass, they will not like me for me. They will like me for what I look like.
That's
It's
for real.
very hard to distract from your ass, by the way.
It's very hard.
I don't think anyone on camera has seen what your ass looks like, but it's difficult.
It's very
One
hard.
day, maybe on one of these episodes, you stand
Maybe
up,
I'll
both
stand
of you
up
do a
behind the
360,
scenes,
you know,
One
It's very
day.
difficult.
yeah, one day.
And even on my Instagram, I do that so much so that even on my social media pages, I do not post much of my ass.
Same.
Because I know the moment I post an ass picture,
Like, I'll get the wrong attention.
and
like,
Tekla will disappear, will be the, you're mwanamke mwenye fulani. Like,
Exactly.
that big butt lady, it stops being, like, people forget your name. Like, even for me, when I'm a stranger and you're in a place and someone is looking for me and they don't know my name, the first thing they'll say, yule mwanamke mwenye matako makubwa. Oh, I remember
it
my
becomes
friend-
your identity kind of thing.
Imagine, I used to be like, I used to wonder, like, can anybody say I'm funny or I'm talkative or I'm
Yes.
dark skin?
Yes.
Why is the first thing that someone will describe
Yeah,
me
even
for?
dada mfupi mwenye shape. Me, I get that a lot. Yeah.
I actually find that really attractive when I know a girl in real life that's voluptuous, like thick. And then when I look at the Instagram, I don't see any. I just see her face, like
Yes.
her face or like
Yes.
her hands, adventures, what she does.
But
Like she
also-
hides the butt.
But also, there's a flip side, right?
Yeah.
I think for us, maybe our experiences shaped us to be more, I don't know, to look for something else to compensate.
Yeah.
Yeah. The fact that we have, nice bodies
Yeah.
or say well endowed
Yeah.
bodies kind of thing.
I like
But
that.
others actually use that.
Yeah.
I think we are privileged to not have to use our body
Yes.
because
It's a privilege.
if you didn't have the education or the means or the exposure,
Or the personality, babes. You're blessed with a nice personality. Yeah.
we are.
No,
but
but-
even self-esteem though. I
On
feel
another
like,
side of it, though, I feel like some women. You talked about Tekla. You talked about being sexualized really young.
Yeah.
Some women at one point give up on having a personality.
Yes.
They're like, this is all that people see. Let me
so
embrace
let me give it to
that.
them.
Yes.
Let me
Yes,
give that.
yes. 'Cause
Yeah.
In real sense, in women, beauty is currency. Like beauty can literally translate into actual money.
Yeah.
Look at the billboards. Look at the people who get the roles in ads, in movies. The people who we listen to, there were people who are famous online, even if they don't have maybe Akili or they don't have like a funny personality. Beauty is enough to get them literal money. Kwa hiyo, I do understand why someone will be like, you know what, let me just give this because hii pia ni source of income. Like, hii pia ni a way to connect to people who otherwise wouldn't even care who you are. But the moment they say a big, especially with men, and we live in a patriarchal society, men have a lot of the power, a lot of the money. So if you're what a man likes or what a man like desires, even if you don't have the credentials, you might just get
in.
It's just that at least you get a foot. You may not stay in the room, but you get a foot in the door. You know.
So speaking of that again, of like the women, like you're saying, there are women ambao, for them they used that, they were just like, you know what, this is what they So I was on the fence with this topic because I'm on Twitter. I got dragged on Twitter, I think back in February because of this exact topic. So there's a girl who tweeted and said, I'm innocent until I stand up, right? And I felt like she's propagating this same thing that I feel like is, I don't know, it's not necessarily it, right? So I remember I quoted her tweet and saying that this particular tweet is taking us back as thick women,
because we are trying so hard
we're trying so hard
for who we are.
We're trying so hard to be seen like it's not like because I have a big butt then I'm promiscuous, I'm not as innocent as you think I am. And now you as a thick woman are affirming that. And I remember no one understood that in that way. And I was just like, okay, how rotten is the society? I'm sorry, I'm sounding a bit stoic, but how rotten is the society? I was like, really? And I don't know, I just got dragged for some like, are you jealous that she has a butt like you? You're the only one who has a butt? I'm like, no, how shallow is that? Like,
why does that matter? Like, why is that a point? Like, I don't know. And even me, you know, so much so that on my personal Instagram, you don't see my butt. You might see it here and there. I think I have maybe out of my 100 of photos, I have 2 bikini photos. And the reason is because the moment you start posting ass online, it becomes your personality.
Yeah, it does.
It becomes your personality, and you're no longer the cutesy girl who's having a good time, who's living life. It's like you're...
Yeah, like, I don't care. Like, show me your ass.
Yes, like, turn around. Turn around. Like, what are you doing?
Like, stop trying to be funny. Show me your ass.
Turn around. You know what I came here for.
Yeah.
Funny thing is, in my business page, I show my ass. You know why? Because it sells.
Oh.
I respect that.
Sad.
It's
I respect
sad that I have to turn around for you to say this trouser is nice. Can you see it from the front? Aibo.
I've been seeing some of your pictures, babe.
I want to make money, and that's the only way you guys. That's the thing that gets people liking. Even other women. The thing is, when something is beautiful and sex sells, unfortunately or fortunately, it sells. So if you even I am Mango Squeezy, have you seen the mannequins were squeezy?
Oh,
mannequins were squeezy, one of my viewer, one of my titty, one of my shape, one of my hips, and you're like, ain't nobody looks like this. Nobody looks like this.
But no, we do though.
Oh, sorry, babes.
We do.
Yeah, thick ass babes right here. Thickums.
Okay.
Yeah, your point.
Okay, my point. We went so.
Yeah, we went on a tangent.
I'm so passionate right now. Okay.
Yeah.
So, my story. I've had an ass from when I was an infant. And I don't know when I knew I had an ass because I have always known I've had an ass. When I was a child and I was still crawling around with my Pampers, my mom's friends would tell her to change my Pampers. Because But my mom would be like, I just changed that right now.
Wow.
So I've always known I have a big butt. Until today, my family gets shocked. My sister every day and Shanga. Every day, my sister who I share the same bed with is surprised that
I think her ass is surprising because you can't tell from
the front.
the front. From the front, she just looks like a tiny girl. Till she turns around, I'm like, oh.
I'm not gonna lie, your ass is a force of destruction.
It is.
I guess.
It kind of is.
I guess.
But for me, I guess someone just knows it's coming.
Yes, because you're curvy as well. You have hips.
Yeah.
Mimi, I don't really have hips, but I have an ass. And back then, I wasn't that pretty. I feel like I grew up saivi. Let me give you a scenario. Imagine you are young girl, walking in the street, right? You pass a group of cute guys. They're on a bigger story.
They don't.
Wanakuachia nafasi kabisa, unapita katikati yao. They don't even notice that you passed. Then they turn around and they're like, and you're thinking, did you not see me pass right now? Why are you shouting? And it used to make me feel so ugly. Like, kama mimi ni mbaya kiasi hicho jamani. But then baadaye, after computing, I'm like, okay, it's unexpected. And also my face is nice, but my ass is really like, is it better? Because
it catches you off guard.
Like whoa, what just happened here?
Yeah.
But it used to make me feel so ugly. Anyway.
Continue with your story. Since you were a child.
Since I was a child, I've always known that. And in my family, it's been celebrated like, wow, you have a nice body, blah, blah, blah. I have my baby's body. My baby's from my dad's side. So even when they see me, they remember their mother. Like, our mom was like this, our mom was like that. And I remember being objectified from a very young age. I was going to the shop. My household, we can wear short stuff. It's okay. So my dad also buys me clothes. Everyone buys me clothes when I was a kid. So I remember wearing that day. I remember clearly. I wore a jeans mini skirt, and I wore a yellow vest. I went to the shop next door, like literally 10 steps away. After when I went there, so I was waiting for them to speak, gave my money, and then as I was giving back the change, the coin fell. I curtsied, but in a careful way, not in because I know what I have. I kind of curtsied, picked up the money, and there's an older guy pale. I'm 8 years old. This guy's maybe in his 30s. Asema, kwa nini uniheshimu? Kwa nini unavaa nguo kama hizi? And so I was I'm thinking, but I'm 8 years old. Like, you're a grown man. Why are you perceiving me? Like, in his mind,
why are you sexualizing me?
He didn't see me as an 8-year-old. He saw me as a 20-year-old. Yeah. Because if a 20-year-old was in that kind of outfit, although people are out to be free, I would understand where he's coming from. Like, okay, this is a public but I'm 8 years old. Why are you giving me the accountability of a 20-year-old woman? Ambaye amejivalisha mwenyewe. Mimi pia nimevalishwa na dada leo. You know what I mean? So I've been sexualized for such a long time, to the point where even in my adulthood, when I meet a guy, I'm now in a relationship, but when I would meet a guy, and the first thing, within the first 5 minutes, if you mention my ass, you trigger me.
Yes,
and
it's triggering.
We're not, wherever this was going, we are rewinding. Yeah. And I want to give you a tip. If you're going to have something or pursue something with a woman, with a woman who has a big butt, do not make the whole thing about their ass. Yeah. Because
it's not there.
Everybody does that. You know the trick, eh?
Yeah, that's why I have so many big booty women.
Yes.
Oh my God. Yes. Cousin.
Pretend like it's not. Pretend like it's not there.
It's your preference, though.
Yeah.
Is it?
It's definitely my preference.
Why?
Actually, why?
I don't know. Maybe part of it is media, what we grew up on.
Yeah.
I'm a grabber. I like to touch on things. I like to feel on things.
Okay.
And it just does something for me when I'm walking with my lady, and I let her walk in front of me a little bit, and I just get to observe. I just get to watch. That's just always been my thing.
Okay.
There's other practical reasons as to why.
Okay, please let's go.
Thank you very much, cousin. Thank you very much, cousin. Your turn, babe. Let's go with the light point, because tumeanza very deep.
Wow, tumeanza very deep.
Jiggy, heavy.
Okay. So my next point is women being mean to me unnecessarily, right? So I think I mentioned this kidogo, but this is a whole point in itself. And sometimes it's not even mean. Sometimes it's just, I don't know, they'll give you looks. Okay, I'll give examples. Kwa mfano, I might just have worn maybe a jeans kama hii na t-shirt tu kawaida. But whenever I meet, especially older women, they'll always look at me with the eyes of like, are you trying to sell your body? Kind of thing. Like, why aren't you fully covered na baibui? You know? And I don't know if, I don't know if it comes from a place of insecurity, how they're trying to protect me from the men that they think are predators.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like as women, we should do away with that. Iyo kwamba another woman who is like well endowed is always thinking of taking men, like always out here trying to persuade men to.
Back to the point, you're a whore. So for
Yeah.
men, they think you're a whore. For women, they think you want to take.
Yeah.
They think you want to take their man, or you want to take attention. Like, who do you think you are? Like,
Exactly.
kuna hiyo kitu.
I feel like
sometimes.
women perpetuate the narrative of like thick women being whores.
Yes.
I feel as much as men, you might believe that men think thick women are whores.
Women.
It's because women are telling those men, no, she's a whore.
Yes.
Oh my God!
Yes.
You have unlocked it.
And you mentioned something earlier about how you meet a guy and you tell them that you're not experienced. And most times you'll find that there's a rumor somewhere that another woman
Yes.
started
Yes.
about you being,
Yeah.
you know,
That's why they don't
more
believe
experienced than you are
Yeah.
because you are thick. So that
Yeah.
it turns off other men. It just like stems from women hating women.
Yeah.
And that's so crazy.
And you have to, I want everybody to understand kwamba women live in the same world men live in. We all consume the same content. Kwa hiyo we're all misogynistic. You understand? Like all of us are consuming the same media that's teaching us the same things, the same society.
Yeah.
So I see if men have an issue, it's not just men. Even the women have that issue.
yeah.
And we perpetuate that in our own ways. I'm not gonna lie when I say that there's this woman who I met, okay, the thick women and the stick women, okay? I've met thick women as well. And I'm not gonna lie, even me, I felt like,
Yes.
and it's not that they're trying to show their thickness. They generally have a small waist. This trouser is here. That's how the trouser is supposed to sit. Like
Yes.
the shirt is here, it's supposed to sit here. But then there's a way in which they look like, are you trying something?
And I think it's the media that has made
That has poisoned us.
Yeah, that has made thick women equal.
To
So you'd see rappers have thick women,
yes,
like where
the seductresses,
Exactly.
the vixens.
yeah. So we really don't know like how do you want me to act though? Like nikate haya mahips nikate litako.
It's not like
I
something you
don't
can
know
put
what
on in
to
the morning and
then
off
take
at
it
night.
off.
Whatever you
Yeah.
wear, it goes with you. That
Goes with you.
yeah.
Kind of thing. So I always find myself tiptoeing around older women, like especially when they don't know me and they don't know my personality. It becomes a bit easier when they know my
you.
personality.
Like, they don't
Mama,
know you.
I don't know, she's an okay girl, she's cool. But in the beginning, and also because I have a very resting bitch face, like I'm not smiley kind of person. So you're thick, you're out here wearing a trouser imekukamata, alafu you have
Hey.
takano.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Yeah. Mtoto kwa utaka.
I hate that song with all my heart.
I think it's a catch. Anyway, I think it's catchy. It's funny. Okay, so another point I have is I can't feel things when I sit on them.
Oh my God, same.
I thought that was a rumor.
No.
I can't feel it.
Oh my God. Continue with your
I
point.
really can't. That's one point. I'm done with that point. Continue.
You're done. Okay, so where
Like you could sit on the remote and you wouldn't know.
that actually is the example that I was
And I would not feel the emotion, and it's not even in the middle. It's in the right cheek. It's right here, and I won't feel it.
So where I used to live when I was in campus, like we had a very good interactions. Like we were neighbors and friends.
In campus, true.
Yeah, you came. That's
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Changanyikeni. So I would move from my place and I would go to my neighbor's place to watch Netflix, and he was cool because he had like a big screen, like
Niggas in there.
yeah.
Yeah, they'll
so
have
I'd be
one
like,
chair
I
and a big
want to watch like an episode. Sure, no problem. So I'd go there, I'd sit on the remote. These guys will come, their friends will come to play
will
PS, and they'll be like,
the remote.
where's the remote? Then one day, this guy was like, Tekla, stand up. Tekla might be sitting on him. I'm like, no, I'm not sat on the remote. Then I woke up, 2 remotes, guys.
Wow.
Since then, that became a joke.
Oh
Tekla,
my
are you
God.
sitting on the remote? When they don't find the remote, when they don't find the pad,
You are
pad,
there.
PS. They're like, Tekla has sat on the remote.
Jesus.
Yeah, I really can't feel it. And
Jesus.
it happens a lot with remotes, happens a lot with keys. My car keys
Notebooks
would
sometimes for me,
no.
and not the soft ones, the hardcover ones.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just
Now
can't
keep
feel it.
going. Keep that list going. What else have you sat on that you can't feel? You said keys, remotes, controllers.
Cousin.
Another point is I don't know the feeling of laying flat on a surface.
Wow.
So when I lie in bed, is it on bed? When I'm in bed, I don't sleep like this. Like I can pass like a big Kilimanjaro bottle between and the space. Can am I making sense?
You're
Is that
making
why
sense.
big booty women have terrible backaches?
Yes.
Yes,
Terrible lower back.
the time,
Lower
lower
back
back.
pain. Yeah.
Whenever I sleep, when I just enter the bed, I know the backaches will start because one thing I also learned is that if you have a big butt, especially if your waist is kind of not your waist, upper katikati, the back. If your waist is curved leading up to your butt, it means that the weight of your body is carried in that area.
Yeah, that's where center of gravity.
Yes, which ideally center of gravity should be around the hip area.
Oh.
But if you have a big butt, it moves up. So that part of your body is not equipped to carry your body weight. Therefore, it hurts.
Science.
I-
We are
look
more
at
than
us.
our butts.
I
We
thought,
are young.
I thought we're more than our butts. I thought I was going crazy because I would always have back pains. After I give heavy stuff like door, now I'm going like kiuno. How does carrying a door make your kiuno hurt? Or when I jog, now I'm kiuno.
Same.
Like whenever any workout I do, any fitness thing I do, my waist will hurt. But that's because I'm lifting from here, and the body is not supposed to lift from the butt. It's not supposed to. So waist pains are it's a life struggle forever. It's just a thing. Yeah, lower back pains.
Wow, interesting. Very interesting. So me, I get terrible lower back pains that now I'm addicted to people stepping on my back.
To like kind of like stretch it out. Yeah.
So I think if you know me well and you're watching this
I've
episode,
stepped on you before.
you have stepped on me before. Yeah.
I have stepped
Anyone
on you
who
before.
knows me knows. There will just be a time we'll be like,
And when
guys, no mimi mnikanyage. And I was
I
like,
think that's what they mean when they say blowing your back out, right?
blowing your back.
No.
No,
Oh.
cousin.
More like stretching.
Oh.
Cousin, you don't take it there.
So
What's this we're carrying?
my next point is catcalling. The catcalling.
Oh my God.
Okay, this can go.
Please add catcalling and public harassment because
my
it gets
God,
really bad
public
sometimes.
harassment.
It gets really bad.
It does.
Let me ask an ignorant, possibly insensitive question.
No problem.
Does catcalling actually happen? I've never seen it in real life.
What do you mean?
I've never been around guys and a woman passed by and we catcall them, like calling them names, like, "Hey, come here."
I think it's a class thing.
I think it's a class. Now it's a class thing because obviously your friends and you have gone to school. You don't treat the women the same
Like
way.
Like animals.
Muza nini nguo mwenge treat
How
women.
boda when you
Or
pass.
boda treat women.
By the way, this is for you boda guys.
Hey, boda guys are
You
the
guys
worst.
are the worst. Boda guys. I have a personal experience twice. First time, I was 14. I was walking home with my brother and sister. So they are young, half my age. So they're here, I'm here. We're all tiny, like, walking together. And I was wearing high waist trousers, kind of like this. They were not tight at the bottom, but kwa chini, kwa juu they were tight. I was walking with my brother and my sisters. The border guys, you know how they have their own kakona where they stay together and they take wateja, whatever.
Yeah.
I pass that area and I always know when you put a border guys, if you're a woman, you just know that they will do something.
Yeah.
But if you're a big butt woman,
Oh my God.
I remember they were hitting the chairs, pale, calling me,
They were looking home.
guessing my name. They were guessing my name. And if you don't give them attention, they do it more. They're trying to like get to you. So if you act like you don't care, they will. I remember my brothers and sisters were like, "Hey, Shanira, why are they doing this?" You know, like my brother was young, but he wanted to protect me in a way, but he couldn't because he was so tiny.
tiny.
It's just not fair. And my second experience, I was
Bless you,
17.
Adili.
I know. My second experience, I was 17. I came from the gym and I had my tights on. Yeah. So for me, I was thinking, these tights are long. So even if my butt shows, the tights are long, so it's okay. And I have a big shirt, nini. But you know, the big shirt, it's big, but then when it gets to the butt, it just sits there.
sits.
It sits there.
It
So I
hugs.
go there with my seated ass.
Yeah.
Anapenda dada ya kuelekea nyumbani, by the way. As I'm waiting for my car to come, the border guy starts singing the song ya Snura. Chura huyo,
oh my God.
chura huyo. So alianza mmoja, akaja wawili. Soon the whole kituo cha Mbezi, they were singing it. And they were hitting the seats of their cars. They were honking. Then my dadala came. My dadala came. I went into the car. And at that moment, it was so overwhelming. I almost like left my body. Like I was not there. Like it wasn't me that was singing for. I got into the car. And then when we arrived there, the abiria or dadala, they were looking out saying, nani anaimbiwa? Because they were thinking atakaimbiwa it would show on their face, but it was me. I get into the car. Now it was full to the brim. I was standing by the door. I turned around to face them. I looked at them in the eye, each one of them, as they were singing for me, as if it wasn't me. And I was even shocked, like, what is happening? Like,
Oh my God.
I left my body.
That's traumatizing.
I left. I didn't even know what was going on. Like, it was so weird. And the lady next to me, akanyangalia, like thinking, because now she had figured out what's going on. The song, me getting to the car. And then she looked at me and she's so confused. She didn't understand. Why are you not, like, is this you? She thought, am I seeing the wrong person? Yeah. Public harassment it's normal. It's a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank God, at least now we're driving kidogo sometimes.
Yes.
But if I'm gonna walk past the street to go anywhere, I know. Yeah.
So you talked about that when you were younger, but how do you guys feel about that now?
The catcalling?
Catcalling.
Yeah. Like, are you numb to it now? Because you talked about your experience at 14 and 17,
Now
but
I'm
you're still
numb.
thick. Yeah. So what's your latest experience, for example?
Right now.
I think for me, I'm numb.
I'm numb.
I'm numb. I really don't feel any kind of way. Sometimes depends with my mood, really. If I'm not like in a good mood, it's really taunting. It's annoying. But sometimes I'm just like, yeah.
Sometimes it's nasty, but it's funny. Like, oh.
Yeah,
And
sometimes
I laugh as if it's not me that is being talked about. I don't know. You just remove yourself.
But also, I think you have to be kind, because I remember there's a time someone was catcalling me and I kind of clapped back. I was just like, unamwita nani hivyo kind of thing. Oh my God. This guy now changed, like, oh, unajikuta nani, sijui nini. And everyone now, like, the whole gang was joining in, kind of trying
like
to bully me. Yeah, kind of roast
felt so
me.
unsafe.
It felt so bad. So now, I'm just like, I'll laugh it out
fair.
because I don't want to get to that again. Like,
And the border guys, hey, you don't want them bringing up on you.
Sante, like, just move along. Let's move.
That's a sad existence.
It is.
Being a woman is tough. It's tough sometimes.
It is.
Because if you stand up for yourself, you get bullied for it.
Oh my God.
If you don't, you have to take this bullshit.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to sexual public harassment situations.
When did you know you like big booty women?
Actually,
When did you
I've been
come to that
catcalled by
realization?
a kid before.
What?
He was like 3, 4. Yani he was literally being anatembea huko anashuka mkono hivi.
And he was like,
I remember I was walking past them sijui. I was on my way
how
to
does
somewhere.
he even know how to catcall?
I don't know, because I know I was actually didn't quite call. He was laughing. So maybe when we were walking hivi, it was okay. As usual, when I went past them and they turned back, they were laughing. They were a group of maybe 2 boys. And I was like, who taught these 4 or 5-year-olds what ass is? Like, why do they care so early?
When did you know that you that's your preference?
I feel like I only learned it was my preference like later on in life. Like when I was younger, I only dealt with just heavy set women. And I don't know whether part of it is what we're taught to like. Like as I got maybe when I was around 24, 25, I like to tell the story. I went to a strip club with friends, and
Okay.
I met some women who were skinny with clothes on, and they took their clothes off, and there was something back there, and it made me realize like some of them they're like creepers. They'll creep up on you, like they're thick, but they creep up on you. They're growers. They're the female growers. Equivalent of growers. Yeah. Some women are showers, some women are growers. And it expanded me to look beyond women who just appear outwardly thick.
You saw potential.
I see potential.
Now you can see potential. Like, I don't know, but this could be a movie.
Yes. Now every time I meet a woman who's like not necessarily thick, I'm like, are you not thick because you're just wearing that, or are you like...
It's true. Clothes can hide.
Yes.
Clothes can hide.
If we could beep things out, I tell you one person right now that you know, who I know for a fact, is probably thick when she takes it all off.
Okay. I have another point. When you have a big ass, especially when you're younger, people think you can twerk for days.
oh my God, why do people think
I don't know.
you can twerk? Yeah, and I've had that question
know.
asked, like, can you dance? And I'm like, no.
No.
Can you twerk?
Okay, you are a lost cause because you can do none.
I'm not gonna lie. A girl with a big butt who can't twerk is like being 7 foot tall and not being able to play basketball.
People think it's a waste, but it's okay. Let me explain.
I can't though.
You don't have to know.
Nah.
You don't have to know.
What's it all for then?
know.
What are we really doing?
It's my body. Like it's like
like
you put your hand for.
You know what? When I was in high school, whenever we would have dancing sessions, we'd have like a duara, and then girls would come in and dance. People would always push me.
Oh,
and I would go there and do my best, and they would laugh. They would laugh, babe. You were there. They would laugh.
I'm not gonna lie. You dance like a white girl.
Right
you
now
you don't dance like someone who's self-aware of her body.
Right now or then?
No, until now, you still dance like someone who's not aware that they have a big butt.
And I've been told that before. I remember, and I want to unpack that, because for me, in the beginning, because I love to dance, I've always loved to dance. Even in church, I would like to dance, but I think if I dance too much, my ass would move too much, and then now it would be
another point.
It would be a thing of like, who are you trying to get at? We are in church, but then I figure a point. I was like, this is the body I live in. Nikijibana, I'm not gonna have fun.
Yeah, you're compromising your own experience as human beings.
So I dance freely. There are times where I even limit my movements, but it doesn't look like it. You know, you're thinking I'm dancing freely, kabisa, but there are times where I'm actually kudikaza. But you know. Anyway, I remember I went to the club with a group of friends, and my friends brought their friends, so I didn't know some people that we were hanging with together. Then as a girl came to me, she also has a big butt, and she was like, this is like after the day now. She was like, Shania, when I first met you, you were dancing, and you were dancing you didn't have a big butt. That tells me that, you know, we kind of want you to kudi. I don't know, like we don't want you to be free, because kumbuka, people are watching. That objectification thing, kwamba for me, because I like to dance, I've decided I want to dance like no one's watching, like my butt isn't shaking, because if I don't, when will I be in a body where I can dance freely? Is my ass gonna disappear? It's not. So this is the moment I have, so I'll dance freely. It took me a while to master the confidence to do that, because I'm aware about in church areas, but now I'm like, this is my life, this is my body. So
Okay. Yeah. I have a same experience with being free, like dancing, or even playing certain sports or games.
Skipping rope.
Yeah.
Volleyball.
Yeah, like there are some things, and I think Mimi also, just the way, like the trajectory of my life with having a butt just made me not like to
want to do those things.
Yes. Like I didn't like to dance, because I'm from a very religious household. My mom is actually a reverend. So when we go to church, my mom would be super like observing, like of me, kind of thing. Like you have to uphold the same respect that I have, like around these guys. You have to, kind of thing. So even the way I wear, she'd always like, Nikitoka, no, go back. And I'm like, you bought me this dress. Why is it going back? You know, like the more I grow, the more dresses, kind of thing. So even in church, when it's praise time, I just naturally stopped jiggling. Like, mimi paka leo hii, hata kama it's high praise kama vipi. Yani, people are praising Jehovah. Me, I'm just, because that's it.
And
like,
I wonder
I'm always
how many,
afraid, oh my God, these guys are going to tell my mom today I shook my ass.
Because in sports,
naturally, even running,
naturally your ass will move.
Yes.
Your ass will just move.
Oh my God, I have so many examples. I was in primary, and I remember in primary is when you get to know what sports you're good in. And I really wanted to be a sprinter. I don't know why I thought I'd make it. I don't know. But I usually always went to like running, athletics and whatnot.
Yeah.
And I remember when it was my turn to run, everyone was just laughing, because my ass was
People would always laugh.
People would laugh at me like hysterically.
Like always laugh.
I was like, what are they laughing at? Like, am I not fast
It makes
enough?
you not want to do
From
the
there,
sport.
Mimi, I'm never in sports. Never doing any of that shit. Not even dancing. And that's why I don't even know how to twerk, cousin.
I remember in a sport in Canossa. Oh, shouldn't have said the name, right?
That's fine.
It's whatever. I went to Canossa for O-level. So I remember we had an athletics day, and we had a hurdle race. So the hurdle race, they put like things we can jump on and things we can go under. Sindio. Me, I'm a person who doesn't care about, do you have a big butt? Do I shouldn't run? I'm like, I'll do whatever I want. And I'm so grateful. I'm glad that I didn't let that get to me too much, because it is what it is,
Yeah.
you know? So yeah, I was like, obviously, first of all, in sports, they'll choose you last, by the way. I want to
They'll choose you last.
I remember I wanted to play basketball, and when they're choosing teams, they would always choose me last, because they're thinking, where like where you can't, without us, you can't even jump.
Yeah.
Anyway, I forced to get into that sport because it was a team thing, and there were 5 of us. I was the last one to be picked. I went in. We did the hurdle race. Jumping on top, I jumped. Phew. Very easy. Going under, I think I underestimated my butt because I fell. So I went under first half easily. Then my butt was still sticking out. So it hit the top of the desk thingy, because it was a desk.
Oh my
It fell on me and I lost the race. And the funniest part was that it wasn't because I wasn't fast. It was because my butt was too big for that space that I ended up dragging the desk with me. That was such a funny experience.
That's crazy.
And people
Is there
laughed.
an equivalent of-
But I laughed with them. So I was like, hey guys, this is funny. We laughed together in Kaisha.
What's funny? Like what's running in my mind? Is there an equivalent of this with men? Like, is there something that you guys have that will limit you to this extent? Like, can a guy have
Physically,
like
yeah.
a big D to a point that they can't
drive a border?
not even drive a border, like participate in sports kind of thing? Like what we're saying.
Yeah, like if I run too fast personally, it just be a lot happening.
No, shut up.
Like it just be jumping everywhere and like it might hit my leg and it might, I might injure
I'm
myself.
moving. I'm drifting off topic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When guys go to the washroom,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right? And it's a water closet, right? You have to sit. Where does the dingling go? Does it go under? Do you hold it?
Or does it go this side?
Is it on the top of the?
the...
Like what happens?
Like when I'm about to take
shit.
When
take
you're taking a
or when
shit,
I'm taking a
where does it stay?
It depends. So sometimes
Oh my god.
Okay.
I'll throw in something that you guys probably know. Sometimes it gets hard. Depending on how the shit is going, yeah.
And then it just goes.
It just hangs.
It hangs.
No, like it's erect. So like
Sometimes they get hard, so it just hangs.
it hangs. It's like erect.
That's very weird.
Okay, can you guys take a shit and piss at the same time?
Yes. If you're not hard, yeah.
Okay, question is, let's say you're not hard and you're taking a shit. Where does it go? Where do you put it?
It just
Does
well-
it look down? Or do you put it on your thigh? Or do you hold it like this while you're...
so it can go down depending on the toilet. Like if it's
big enough.
if it's if it's like deep enough. Like
Okay.
yeah, and then with smaller toilets you just put it to the side because you don't want it to touch the water.
Yes. Ew. I'm sorry. We
Interesting.
yeah.
Interesting.
We drifted.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. I was actually gonna ask a really random question.
Yes.
Yeah.
So as thick women, are your mothers thick as well? And if not, who are your thick, like big booty mamas? Like the women who have at least nurtured you in the big booty journey to embrace your bodies?
that's a very interesting question.
You start.
My mom is very thick and she's beautiful because she's thick and she's tall. She's a stallion kind of thing. Beautiful. I don't know if she did a good job at nurturing me into being confident in my body. I don't think she did because I think she also struggles with that as well. And I think for her, she didn't believe that I'll be thick that fast. Because she was thick, but it was manageable. But me, I became thick fast. Like at 9, I'm thick. For her, she says, I started becoming so curvy when I was in my 20s. But you, in your...
She wasn't prepared for you to
In
be
your
that
preteens.
young and that. Yeah.
So I think she was scared for the most part.
People are weird out there. So
Yes. And sometimes I don't blame her because she had to do what she got to do. Like she had to protect me like in the best way she knew she could. So if it's like dressing, then dress modestly, dress, over age, but just don't be like, I don't want your uncles to be like, to be feeling some kind of way. Yeah. So I don't think she nurtured me into being confident. I think I just grew into it. I guess I just grew into it. I think I started accepting kwamba this is it and I'm beautiful like this
and being free
when I'm when I was in campus for sure.
Did you feel like it was more of a burden when you were growing up? Like,
Yes, it was a burden. I wished I was
because you are being highly monitored.
Yes.
You're thinking,
highly monitored.
you're thinking before you wear something, you're thinking, where am I going? What am I doing?
Exactly.
Where am I meeting? Adi Leo.
Yeah.
There are clothes where I'm like, am I in the mood to be disturbed today? No, let me put this on. Okay.
So yeah, I think
Okay.
it just grew on me. The confidence just came, and I was just like, it was acceptance kind of thing, like stages of grief. I was angry. I was what, and now I'm accepting.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
You?
On my end, I think my parents did a good job. My mom, first of all, when people meet my mom, they're like, Mona, she's not as thick as you. So my mom is not as thick as me. I got this sickness from my dad. My grandma on my dad's side. Yeah. So regardless, seeing the way my mom was free in her body, because my mom works out a lot from when I was growing up to this very day, hajawahi kujibana when she's doing maybe a squat or when she's jumping rope or doing jumping jacks. She's very free. I used to find it weird, like why I used to find it like, Bona, her butt is all over the place. Why is she not like? But eventually I was like, okay, kumbe, it's normal. So she kind of trained me into being free with my butt moving as I'm doing exercise, as I'm walking, as I'm running, as I'm dancing, because I saw her do it and she was okay. And no one, so I'm like, okay, cool, this is fine. My dad, Pia, when buying clothes for me, he would not consider, is her butt showing? Is it nini? He would think, does it look good?
Yeah.
Because even me, I grew up with a thing of like, does it look good? Is it long? Fine. Is it short? Fine. But does it look good? So even him, he did not. There were times where he was more protective than my mom. Like there were some clothes he was like, usivae hii. He wouldn't even tell me why. By the way, does your dad acknowledge that you have a big butt? Does he? Or does he pretend like?
He pretends, for the most part, he pretends like it's not there. But I know sometimes when I wear certain kinds of clothes, he never says, no, don't wear it. But there is a way that he looks at me that kind of like, this one is showing kind of thing. But he has never made me feel like, don't wear that, men are gonna no.
And what is the best practice? Like as a dad, should I pretend that my daughter's butt just doesn't exist?
Interesting. I think
don't know.
you should tell her it's beautiful.
I think you should tell
her, because I think even my dad, we've never talked about it. I remember only once he bought me a pencil skirt that fits. Pencil skirts are very tricky if you have a big butt. He bought me a pencil skirt that fits and he made a joke, nimeweza kupatia, That was the only time we ever had a moment where he acknowledged that, okay, your proportions are different from every other woman, you understand? But I would say just telling them they're beautiful, telling them their body is beautiful. I think if you say your butt is beautiful, it's a bit weird as a dad, but just encouraging that you look good, those things help. And instead of, I don't know, I want to, sometimes I don't like when parents are overprotective, because you're teaching your child that their body is to be hidden.
Yes.
But I also know the world we live in. And that's where I get the conflict.
Yeah.
I know that the people who are creepy, people who will objectify your kid. So if you don't protect them from home, what will happen kule mbeleni?
Yeah, I think I have also an instance where my dad he didn't say, okay, he bought me a dress. It was also like a kind of a pencil kind of bandage. And I remember when I came out and he looked at me and was like, you look so beautiful. And I remember even the way he looked at me, I remember it till now, like and he even said, pause there, let me take you a picture. And he put that picture on his DP. I was like, yep.
Oh my God, that's beautiful.
Yeah, that's the type of dad I'm trying to be.
Yeah. That's dope.
Yeah, so, but it's never been like, it's a baby.
Okay. I have a small point, a funny point.
I like your funny points.
I can't clap, I can only shake.
Okay, me, I can't do anything. So at least where.
So for those of us who can shake, people think you can clap. Like, when people can do that, or like this.
Yeah.
Me, I can't. I can just do.
Wiggle.
No, but I feel like every woman can make it clap.
I can't.
Like jump up and down.
Clapping, no, I can't clap. And then there's that achana clapping where it happens because you're moving. That's a cheat code. I'm talking about the clapping where you are intentionally
moving
like
the muscle
the
or the
Oh, the Meg the Stallion thing.
I can't clap.
Me,
Oh,
I
but
can't
like,
even do nothing.
Megan Thee Stallion is just a
And
generational
people
talent.
think, and back to that point, people think you can automatically twerk. There's a guy who really liked me. We liked each other, and he liked that I had an ass. And I'm glad that relationship did not go so far because it was too much ass-centered. Anyway, at some point, it was like, Shinya, make it clap. And I was lost.
How?
And also, I felt like, why am I an object? You know, when someone says, stand there, clap.
Yeah, it's
I
giving.
felt like it didn't feel like love. It
yeah.
felt like put on a show for me.
Yeah.
Maybe it could have been sexy, but for me, it didn't feel like daddy. It felt like,
Ew, creepy.
like, why are you making me an object of performance? Like,
I don't know. I think it depends. Did you love the guy? If you love the guy, man, those things.
it was too soon. It was too soon to say clap.
Let me actually ask another question now.
Actually, I love Kazi's questions.
Really dope.
Is there a context where you enjoy being objectified by at least your man?
Yes. Only after we've established that tunapendana for who we are. And that needs time for me. Like maybe, I don't know, 4 or 5 months down the line of you not making it about my ass. Like, let's talk about everything else and focus on everything else, or even compliment my face. But after that, then when you objectify me or say you look pretty or your ass looks good, it feels like, oh, okay, cool, I could do this. Like, there has to be a time, like, where I'm convinced you're not here for the ass. And that time, I can't even quantify it.
I think same, but also only when we're doing certain stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, that too.
When we're doing certain stuff, I don't know.
Maybe.
I like it.
So
We can go there.
I've gotten into fights with some of the women that I've dealt with because, like I said, I like big booty women, and I primarily only deal with women who I'm very, very attracted to, and I'm not shy about expressing how attracted to them I am. I'm not saying that this is all that I like want from you, but like I'm never shy if I'm around you. I can't keep my hands off of you.
Yeah.
And some of them have expressed, hey, maybe you're a little too hypersexual for me. Maybe I need a little bit more, maybe like tone that down. And I'm just like, I am attracted to you. I can't hold back from how attracted to you I am.
But that's the thing. Sometimes that doesn't come from the fact that they hate that. It's just that they don't feel seen enough for you to acknowledge their body, but them still feeling seen. Like, you know, for us, when men see us, they don't see Tekla, they don't see Shania, they see, ooh, a piece of meat, right?
Yeah.
So I think for them, until you have established to them, until they feel like this person sees me for a person, then you can treat them like a piece of meat.
It's like I can treat you like a piece
I
of meat.
think there's a threshold.
There's a threshold.
I know you love
Like
me.
after I have felt seen, now we can go. You can treat me like dessert.
Yeah.
And that's sexy. But before you have established to me that you see me, if you bring up the body parts of me, I'll feel like you're talking to, I don't know, like it wouldn't feel like you really care. It feels like you're just like the other guys.
Yeah.
That's how
And
it
interestingly enough, it's only the thicker women who get uncomfortable with that. The more petite women love being objectified.
It's because
Trauma.
They don't get objectified enough.
or maybe
Like
for them, I don't know. I don't think they get objectified like us. Like we get objectified
They
all
get
the
way
time.
too much attention.
Yeah.
We get objectified all the time. Everybody's objectifying us. Everybody, not the border guys, the guys on the streets, even guys who are educated. Still, when you pass across them, you hear whispers. Like you always, I don't know. We get too much of it to the point where it's numb. We don't care, and we think you're just like the other guys.
Yeah.
So if you're petite, maybe if you don't hear it a lot, I'm like, wow,
Really?
what?
Look
that
at
one
that.
gets to me because I don't get that a lot. Like,
Yeah.
oh, not because I'm not pretty, but I think my ass takes so much attention
Yeah.
that there's not much love left on the other
Left
parts
for-
of my body.
yes.
Yeah.
So even when you tell me you have nice hands, I'll be like, oh my God, thank you.
Yeah.
Because I don't hear that. So like, I think,
I love it when people say you have nice eyes. I'm like,
wow.
wow, something different for a change.
It's like, I don't know. I think we're giving guys cheat codes for thick women.
Oh yeah.
Don't you dare. They will, first of all, we're experts at smelling out what you want. We're such experts
Yeah.
because we get that attention all the time. But yeah, like give it be creative.
Trauma.
Like show her that there are parts of her that are pretty outside her sexual self. Like eyes are not sexual, but someone thought it was pretty. That's nice.
Yeah.
But if you say your thighs, your ass, I feel like a piece of meat. I don't feel like
does.
you.
It does.
Yeah.
So, any points you got left?
Every underwear is a thong.
Wow.
No, not for me.
For me, underwear has become thongs. Okay, how much granny panties? Do you wear those tight boxers, girl tights, whatever?
No, I wear granny panties. Like,
And they stay as granny panties.
they stay.
Might find a way to just gather the middle.
Oh. Me, they stay.
They don't.
They stay.
They don't for me.
Okay.
And lastly,
But me, thongs are very uncomfortable.
I don't mind them. I like them.
Mimi, they are very uncomfortable.
But they never fit right because
They never do.
wanaangalia mzunguko wa like from VJ all the way to us. So for us it's longer because the butt is bigger.
Yeah.
So
So
you
it's
find
just
that
tighter in places.
It's so tight.
The
It's like
nose
it's
is
a
so tight.
wet.
yes, it never goes. It's never a high waist thong. It's down here because
Yeah.
they didn't foresee that someone would have such a large mzunguko
Yeah.
from front to back.
Very,
Anyway.
very uncomfortable for me.
Yeah. And lastly, my name is unique. My name is Shanira. There will never be a song about Shanira. We'll hear Diana, we'll hear Isabella, we'll hear Olufemi, but never Shanira. But at least there'll always be a song about a woman who's built like me. There'll always be a song about a big butt woman. So that's my saving grace in a way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Me, I think my last point would be jeans is very hard to find.
Speak on it.
Fitted jeans is very hard to find. At least now I think designers are coming up with,
Plus
but
size,
for the
maybe.
most part when I'm growing up, it will fit in the hips.
It
will
won't fit
never
in the
fit in the
waist.
waist.
It fits
It'll
on the
fit
waist.
on the waist. It's
It will
baggy.
It will not. It will.
I don't know. It's always a struggle. So you always have to go tailor your pants. Yeah.
And one thing about us, big butt women, we are loyal to our trousers.
Yeah, this trouser.
Tosha. You will
Let me
keep it
not
for
talk
years because
in
it
short,
doesn't happen.
this is my comrade. I love you. It's and the first place a boy inaanza kupata nili.
Hapa katikati.
That's the problem.
It will literally tear because
This one is tear, baby. Bye. I'll miss you. You have served me well.
I've had the same pair of jeans for years.
Same.
It's not about money. It's about the fact that you might find something you like it will not fit your proportion.
Yeah.
It just won't.
Just won't.
So when you find something that fits, you keep it until it tears in the middle, between the thighs because of the friction. Then you start it all over again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But do you enjoy wearing pants as a big booty woman?
Yeah. Me, I enjoy wearing pants than skirts and dresses.
I don't know. I can't.
I feel
don't have
like
a
for me,
preference.
pants they contain the mass, so I can run, I can walk fast. But when it's a skirt, when I walk fast, it just feels like things are jiggling at the back. Like
I know.
I need to,
Especially those flowy dresses. It feels like
yes, float no.
and the wedges they always come in the middle, and you always have to.
So me, it's trousers for me always. Like in the office, I'm always in trousers.
Yeah.
Like rarely will I be on a dress or
Yeah.
a skirt.
I have more trousers than dresses. I wonder if subconsciously I feel the same way, but I'm not sure. I haven't thought about that.
Yeah.
I think we've come to the end. Huh?
Yes. Anything you wanna say, cousin?
I've enjoyed this day. Have you guys felt misogyny from me?
No, actually, you're very kind.
No,
I thought you were.
curiosity. I felt curiosity from you. Yeah.
Me, I think you had very nice questions to ask. And I think, yeah, curiosity, really. I thought you would be like, no, big bad women are hoes.
It's giving progressive.
It's giving progressive. We love that for you.
Yeah.
And we hope every man be like cousin.
Yes.
Yeah, let's do better.
And as women, we have to stop viewing, even me, we have to stop viewing other thick women as whores because we are perpetuating a cycle where we just objectify young girls and women for no reason. We put rumors on them and project onto them what we think they are, which is not true. So let's do better for the world.
Yeah, let's do better. Let's really do better. I do have a fear of how I'm going to parent my child. I know
Because
how my child would probably
Yeah.
be as thick as me,
Yeah.
or maybe bigger,
Or thicker.
imagine them being thicker.
I don't know what to do. Anyway,
we'll have to find out and be intentional and maybe even ask how do they feel.
Yeah.
Because even if you don't tell them those things, the world will tell them.
Yes.
The world will just remind them. And I don't know, I think in these processes, it's just best to ask your child, what do you think? What do you feel? Because they feel the world for what it really is. Because, you know, yeah. Thank you guys for joining us.
Thank you very
So
much.
nice.
And please, thank you very much for the feedback that we had on our last episode. You guys are wonderful.
Yes.
Yes. And please, if you're a big butt woman, small butt women, small butts matter.
You
Please,
matter.
You matter.
We might
Not
have
as
an
much.
episode for you.
No, please,
No, you
cousin.
matter. Don't listen to cousin.
They matter. You matter.
matter.
Please drop down in the comments all of your experiences. I know you're not represented. Maybe some other day we'll bring a small butt woman. Yeah, this podcast is all about inclusion, isn't it?
It's so unfortunate because we both have big butts. So it's
yeah, we'll bring a small butt.
don't promise things.
Okay.
As long as it's soft and it jiggles.
You see? But what if you have a small butt and it's not soft and it doesn't jiggle?
Okay, another
You don't deserve love. If it's small,
You're never coming back in this podcast ever again.
I ruined it at the end, eh?
Oh my God.
Yes, so please comment,
subscribe.
share, subscribe, and yeah, please come back again.
Yeah.
Until next time.
Bye.
Bye.